So I wrote this song with Ari Washington, who is in Morning a Black Star with me. It was a coming to terms with like this idea that, you know, within our experience as people, sometimes we allow our scars that accumulate over time just from our experiences dictate what our continued experience will be. And that's just natural, you know, I can't do this because of this, or, you know, all of that. And it was kind of a pushback to that ideology, I guess, of like, actually, I want to take these scars and allow them to be the light to further inform, this is where I can go. This is what I can do. This is who I don't have to be because I was told to be that. I can be whatever I want to be, however I want to show up. And so that's kind of been what I've had to do with myself. You know, you live an experience and there's all of these struggles and they somewhat define you as a person. And I just didn't want to be pigeonholed anymore into these things because of things that I had told myself that were informed by something someone else told me or gave me or did to me. And so, yeah, I chose to make my scars my light. I feel like as an artist, you know, and just as a person, a Black body queer person, I think that's twofold. Like there's room for you to be present for yourself. But as an artist, you know, Nina Simone said it best, you know, it is an artist's duty to reflect the times. And as queer folks, we're living in a time, we've been living in a time for, you know, a very difficult time. Fighting for so much just to be present. You know, it is a duty of mine to just be a representation of what it can look like, how we can move, how it can show up in different spaces. And, you know, I have no shame in talking about the privileges that I have with my background and how I've learned to navigate spaces you know, that might be uncomfortable for other queer body people and Black and brown people. And so it's my job to be in those spaces and pave a way for all of us to show up. And I don't take that lightly. I own that. And I can only do that because it's been done for me. Is it always easy? Hell no. But, you know, anything worth having is never easy to get. I'm all over the place. You know, I grew up with so many different influences that were offered to me by people in my family who love different styles of music. And so talking about privilege and talking about being just in a in a position of like blessings always, I have always been able to see, music specifically, from a bird's eye view, and appreciate it, all on the same level. So I have decided, I said, my first album, I want to pay tribute to all of the people that have influenced me as an artist, who are vocalists, but also my mother, my grandmother, my father, my uncles, and, just like my childhood of growing up, all that you hear on this album, what you might feel, oh, this is that, or this might be this, and, and it's all of these things. That's what I grew up. That's how I grew up as a child, waking up Saturday morning and my mother's cleaning up, we're going to hear Steely Dan. We're going to hear Anita Baker. We're going to hear James Cleveland. We're going to hear Aretha Franklin. We're going to hear Marian Anderson. Like, we're going to hear all of these, great vocalists and artists who are top tier in their lane, but also able to cross over other lanes. And so I've always admired the ability for artists to do what the hell they want to do. And that's what I wanted to do with this. It's kind of like, this is a vision board for me. This is a sonic diary of my experience, but it's also a vision board of all the places that I can exist, all the things that I like, all the things I can appreciate, and all the things I can continue to do whenever I choose to jump into those bags.